Stop! Jamaica is facing a silent, brutal crisis. They are calling it a wave of crime, but we call it a silent war. In recent months, from the murder of 9-year-old Kelsey Ferrigon to the horrific attack on the UTech student, a pattern has emerged. The targets are specific, and the silence is deafening. Today, we investigate the truth behind the violence. We ask, why are Jamaican women and girls being hunted, and who is protecting them? The answers are in the culture, and they are shocking. Jamaica is currently grappling with a disturbing surge in violence against women and girls. In recent weeks, three particularly harrowing incidents have brought the issue into sharp focus and ignited national outrage. From a nurse brutally assaulted in broad daylight to the mysterious death of a university student and the heartbreaking murder of a 9-year-old girl. The violence is widespread, alarming, and deeply tragic. The road rage assault. Nurse brutally beaten by businessman. On May 13, 2025, Jamaica was shaken by a disturbing case of road rage that turned violently criminal. Robert Bell, a 65-year-old businessman, was caught on video viciously attacking a female nurse in St. Andrew. The video, which quickly went viral, shows Bell punching the nurse, stomping on her head as she lay on the ground, and pointing his licensed firearm at her. Bell was swiftly arrested and charged with assault, occasioning bodily harm, unlawful wounding, and possession of a firearm with intent to cause injury. His bail application was denied due to concerns for the victim's safety. The video evidence, along with public backlash, led to an outpouring of support for the victim and renewed conversations about the safety of women in Jamaica's public spaces. The tragic case of Anissa Dilworth, a promising life cut short. On May 6, 2025, 20-year-old Anissa Dilworth, a promising student at the University of Technology, UTech, was reported missing. Her disappearance sparked widespread concern, and search efforts quickly mobilized across Kingston and St. Catherine. 2 weeks later, skeletal remains believed to be Anissa's were found on a beach in Portmore, St. Catherine. Police arrested a rideshare driver in connection with her disappearance, and the investigation is ongoing. Her death has highlighted the vulnerabilities young women face when using public or semi-public transportation services, and the urgent need for stricter background checks and regulation of rideshare platforms. Kelsey Ferrigon. A nation mourns a 9-year-old victim. Perhaps the most heartbreaking of recent cases is that of Kelsey Ferrigon. On May 9, 2025, her body was discovered inside a barrel at her home in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. The 9-year-old had been raped and strangled. Her murder has rocked the nation to its core. The government had offered a $2 million reward for information leading to the capture of her killer. Her killer was gunned down by police in Clarendon. Kelsey's death has reignited the national conversation about child protection, the effectiveness of law enforcement, and the role of community vigilance in preventing abuse. A national crisis. Urgent need for action. These three cases are not isolated incidents. They represent a much larger and deeply rooted crisis of gender-based violence in Jamaica. Advocacy groups, concerned citizens, and political leaders have called for comprehensive reforms. Prime Minister Andrew Holness and opposition leader Mark Golding have both issued statements condemning the violence and pledging support for reforms to the Sexual Offences Act. Meanwhile, protests and candlelight vigils have been held across the island. Social media campaigns using hashtags like #JusticeForKelsey and #ProtectOurWomen have amplified public demand for action. Moving forward. What needs to change? To address this crisis, Jamaica must take immediate and sustained steps. Strengthen legislation to protect women and children. Improve police responsiveness and investigative capabilities. Implement educational campaigns that target toxic masculinity and promote gender equality. Offer better support services for victims, including counseling and safe shelters. The stories of the nurse, Anissa Dilworth, and Kelsey Ferrigon are painful reminders of the dangers women and girls face daily in Jamaica. But they can also serve as a catalyst for change. It is time for a unified national response to end gender-based violence and create a safer, more just Jamaica for all.